Here we are, week 5.
Yeah. Oh, just going into our second month of doing the entire podcast. Unbelievable.
I know. It's been a wild one though so far.
I
feel
know.
like we've covered a lot.
Yeah, we've talked about a lot of things. It feels like I remember every episode to like not to a T, but like after watching it back and just like thinking about it afterward, it's like, wow, we really have talked about a lot.
Yeah. And if you can see, we have a little bit, we changed some things up a little bit.
Yeah, with all of our graphics and just our logo in general, actually. Everything's changing a little bit. It's going to grow with us, I think, which is a good thing. As we learn to do this more, as we grow as creators, I think we're going to learn to do things to a higher extent.
Yep. But with that being said, hello everyone. Welcome to episode 5. Today,
Yep.
the spooky, the paranormal.
We have a little bit more of a spooky episode, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Ghosts have always been like a constant in my life, I guess. Not like a constant, like they're not surrounding me or anything, but like,
Are you sure? What was that behind you?
what? No, don't
No,
do that.
I'm
Don't
joking.
do that.
I'm
No.
joking. I'm joking.
Don't do that. No, but I don't know. I'll say I feared ghosts, but like I just wanted to know if they were more real or not. You know what I mean? Like I would watch shows or YouTube videos of like paranormal activities. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, I want to see a real ghost. I don't know. It was a more fascinating thing to me to see a real ghost, what they would look like.
See, I think I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't want to see one because it would scare me too much. Even if they were friendly, even if they were nice, I think.
Well,
I don't know.
I guess there's a difference between demons and ghosts.
True.
Yeah, that's something I had a hard time distinguishing myself, I guess, because I guess it would be a spirit lingering is what you consider a ghost, I suppose.
That's such a horrible thought, though.
Yeah.
That our potentially loved ones are still trapped on this earth, but just spectator mode.
Dude, what would you do? That would be so boring.
I know.
That's like, oh my gosh.
This is the last place I would want to be on Earth. I want to go anywhere.
Anywhere but here. God. That's like playing GTA in passive mode. What are you doing?
You're just walking around and changing your clothes. That's it.
There's actually those players, though, which blows me away. There's actually those players that will
I
play.
used to play like that.
Oh, no, we can't be friends.
But
The podcast stops here.
No. But not often. It was only because I was a cheapskate on GTA, so I never had a lot of money.
What,
So I couldn't get like the oppressors and stuff like that. So there were people flying around on these motorbikes with flying and just shooting stuff at me, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm going in passive mode because I just got my car back from the insurance people.
oh,
I don't want to lose it again.
all right. The one thing about GTA Online right now is that if you are a top tier player, you're literally like, it shows it on the map. You're a literal menace to society, essentially. So it's
stay away.
yeah. So there's people with oppressors and all these airstrikes, and the people that have those. It's just super busted.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh wait, have you in GTA? So there's a cave, and there's like a little ghost lady on the
Oh
hill.
my god, yes. That was like, I used to be so into going to like, I did the Bigfoot missions.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to complete the whole game. It was like this ghost stuff, man. There was a channel dedicated to like the creepy side of GTA.
Yeah, the lady that got killed.
Yeah, it was interesting. I was like, is this I thought it was based on a true story for a while, and I don't know. It was super weird. Like at first, I got nervous because I was sitting there with my mom at the time playing it. I was going to investigate. We were all like just having family chill time. I was playing GTA. I'm like, look, there's a ghost. I zoom in and like we all jump. It's like that creepy looking.
Oh God. Yeah. I mean, GTA has pretty much had everything that we've spoken about on this podcast so far.
Literally. Almost.
Alien crop circles. They've had Bigfoot missions. Got body mods because they've got tattoos.
And stuff. That's crazy.
Now ghosts.
Yeah. I don't know. the shows that I watched, they weren't like the Bigfoot or anything. They're like, I mean, it's like investigating sites where paranormal activity happens. It's like, I don't know if you guys have it over there. It's called Ghost Adventures, and
I'm not sure.
yeah, it's a show about these guys. I forgot his name. He still does it, and he said he wants to find what he used to see. Like, he had a really terrifying paranormal activity or paranormal experience, excuse me, and yeah, ever since then he just deep dived into the life of exploring the paranormal, and it was fascinating, honestly, because of everything they were just going around and finding. Like, there were literally times where it affected them physically. You could see it, and
Yeah.
it really begged the question. It, like, I guess it convinced me as a kid that there was something, but now that I've gotten away from it, it's like, it still begs the question: could that be a possibility? Could it not be a possibility? It's like, I really wouldn't know, and I don't want to find out in the wrong way, if that makes sense.
See, I'm not a non-believer, but I'm also not a believer. I'm kind of like either way, because I've never had a paranormal experience. I've never had anything to tie me to say, do you know what? Yeah. So, like, I've joked about going to the main campus of the university that I'm at. It allegedly used to be a mental hospital, so we thought about going there late night, Ouija board.
Oh God!
But realistically, the thought of that terrifies me, because if it actually works,
you're communicating with the spirit world. If it works, if it works,
scary.
Yeah, we were,
because I might do some stuff that I can't fix or take back.
Right.
And then I'm cursed. I got bad juju.
There's plenty of articles online where they're stating that the Ouija board is just fake and it's your mind that makes it move subconsciously. They claim that you're making the piece move subconsciously and nobody knows it.
Telekinesis.
I guess you would not really, because you're hands on with it, but like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's interesting. We were taught to stay away from those type of things, but the thing is, our Toys R Us sells them, or they used to. The literal kids.
What?
They sell them as a board game. Like, it's just
fun for all the family.
Right? Just like break out the Ouija board Friday night game night. Oh my God.
See if they could contact their like dead cat.
Oh my God.
Mr. Meows.
No, did you ever play those? Alright, here's a fun one. Did you ever play the games like Charlie? There was a few others I don't really remember, like with the pencils and stuff, and like, yeah.
Yeah,
those were,
yeah.
growing up, like, there was always something. Or did you ever play Bloody Mary?
See, I didn't do that one. That one always scares me.
So
I never do it.
We had a neighbor that she was older than us. She's about 2 or 3 years older than us, and she was real good friends with my sister, and we were like, obviously she was in the public schools, we were homeschooled, so we wouldn't know about these trends, I guess. And
right,
she was like, we like to tell ghost stories. That was our big thing, telling ghost stories or getting on the trampoline and discussing paranormal stuff. And one day she came over and she's like, we should play Bloody Mary. We didn't know what Bloody Mary was, and she's like, if you go in the bathroom, turn off the lights, spin 3 times, and say Bloody Mary, she'll appear.
Spin 3 times?
Yeah.
I thought you just had to stand and look in a mirror.
No, it's... The way she described it was spin 3 times while saying, spin 3 times, say Bloody Mary 3 times, and she'll appear. And she told us that one of her friends came out of the bathroom with cuts on her legs. And it was fake. Afterwards, we went in there. We freaked out doing it. My mom actually was like, afterwards, and we were like, started screaming and stuff. She was like, what's going on? And we're like, we just did Bloody Mary. And my mom was not with that. So yeah, but she explained afterwards that the cuts on the guy's leg was fake. And I mean, I don't know, it was definitely an interesting experience.
Yeah, I can imagine how that would be scary. I think I remember doing Charlie at a sleepover when I was younger, with my mates, but I think someone was just...
That's Pretty
blowing
much
on
what
it.
it was.
I think, yeah,
Yeah,
it wasn't.
with those we wouldn't know any better because obviously we were kids. But like, if
Mhm.
something like that was to come up now, it's like I think the common knowledge would be like if something like Charlie's real, you'd have to be in like a certain spot almost. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
What about sorry to cut you off
Oh.
and change it. When I was younger, did you ever use these apps?
Oh
Ghost
my
EMF reader
god.
apps or like
I'm
ghost scanners.
embarrassed.
Okay, so bear with me. Before I got my first ever like smartphone, I had an iPod.
Right.
And I would take it to my friend's house every time I had a sleepover. And there was this one friend that I had in primary school when I was like between probably the ages of like 10 and 12, right? And I would go to hers like every weekend at some point. Like, we were very good friends, and we would always do these EMF reader things or like ghost reading things in her house in the middle of the night.
Dude.
And it was so funny.
I can imagine that being terrifying though.
I was skeptical. I wasn't convinced.
Really?
But yeah, I was kind of like...
See, growing up, my first ever piece of technology was a Kindle Fire.
Mhm.
And like an old Kindle Fire, like a book reader Kindle Fire. And
yeah.
I couldn't do much on it. I had Angry Birds and a couple other games like Jetpack Joyride and whatever. Like old nostalgia games. And I ended up running across a ghost reader or whatever. And I remember I installed and I'm like, oh, I want to know. And like,
Yeah.
at first, like there was only like a couple. It was like, that's kind of weird because it showed the map. And it was like weird. It was showing my location almost. It was kind of strange because I don't think Kindles had location or something. I don't know what it was, but it was super weird and offsetting. And then at one point there were like 40 around me. I was like, this is just bullshit. At that point, I was like, that's not real. But
Yeah.
God,
40 around you, God. Just imagine how cold that'd be. Because isn't it the rumour that when there is a spirit near you, you get shivers of coldness?
or the air gets like, that's why they have heat signature readers with their ghost hunting equipment, so they can read air temperatures. Like if something if a room's temperature suddenly drops or a corner of it drops, that's where you go and you start talking to your device and whatever. It didn't convince me after that, honestly. It's like you lost me there, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it stopped becoming believable at that point when it said that there were 40 around you.
yeah, like 2 or 3, it was fun to play with. Like, we go to that area, might have like act like something was there maybe, but there really wasn't. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I remember we also did one last year before a night out. So we were all drinking in the kitchen. And
I'm sure that would have been funny.
I whip it out, and because the light kept turning off outside, and it was an automatic sensor light, all of the ones in the hallway were. The ones over on my side of the building never flickered. But the ones on the other side of the building, they would always go, and they would get triggered by nothing.
Well,
So we did one of them ghost things, and it then told us that there was someone in the kitchen with us. So we tried to make conversation with her.
her?
It was a her. We asked a bunch of questions. She responded through the crappy app thing.
Gosh, see, it's like that. They have those devices that literally communicate static energy around you into words and stuff. Not static. It doesn't transform it, but like it picks up on audio links through the energy in the air or whatever. Not sure how it works. That may be wrong, but I always thought that was super cool. Like you could just like hear what they were saying. I don't know. I definitely would like to in the future though go to like a haunted place, like a place where paranormal activity happens, just to like
Yeah.
I think that would be fun.
Just to experience it once.
Yeah, just to like figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
I probably have the National Guard stationed outside, but
Well, apparently, and this is just what I read online, so it probably isn't true. But haunted places is just an increase in, I think, hydrogen or carbon in the air, one of the two, and so you just hear things and see things.
interesting. Well, I think that would go to explain a lot of things.
Oh, we picked one up, boys. It's
No.
apparently over there.
No,
right there.
no
on my
way you
computer.
install one.
Let's ask it a question. What should we ask it?
Your name.
What is your name? Transmitting.
Receiving response.
Oh, we're receiving response.
Ghost hunting live with Mindsaint.
Vinay. Vinny?
Vinny?
Vinae.
I think it's still Vinny or Vinay.
Are you male or female?
Receiving response.
Make your predictions.
I would say it's a boy.
Translating.
Neither. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, well, excuse me.
Non-binary.
Excuse me for assuming.
Their pronouns would be they, them, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Are you in pain? That's a question. Do I ask it?
It's such like a generic response. Or
Did you live on Earth as a human?
The hell does that supposed to mean? They're talking about reincarnation? Oh, well.
I don't know. We'll find out, I suppose.
Receiving response.
So, oh, this is a paragraph.
What?
If I did, it's long been erased from my memory. Sus.
What do you mean, sus?
Let's ask it one last question. Do you have a special message for me?
Yeah, we'll tell you some creepy stuff.
Receiving response.
If it tells me something like weird, I'm gonna be like, nah, bye-bye.
Translating.
Submit to the darkness, Heather. Hang on, how do you know my name?
What?
I'm
Scanner terminated.
too high for this.
Wait, hold on. It knew your
He
name?
said knew my name. Probably through the App Store or some shit,
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's probably to mess with you.
Still. Bye, Vinay.
Yeah, disappear, Vinny.
That was weird. Yeah, but those apps are funny, you know?
Yeah.
It's just...
Would you go ghost hunting? Would you go ghost hunting?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I would do it just to say I've done it and to, I guess, put my theories to test. Or, you know, just finally have that answer of do I believe in them or not.
Yeah.
Because going with the intent of having an experience and going to places where you're more likely to have one,
True.
that will kind of help
True.
decide, won't it? So I'd be down to do it.
That'd be fun. That'd make for like a fun episode type of thing. Just to...
I want to do a zombie run.
Uh,
Have you ever seen those before?
No, what is that?
So, I don't know if you guys... I would presume you guys have them in the States, but it's basically... So, these places will... like, rent out a big abandoned area. So, example, there's a big mall that's just empty, abandoned, with like Claire's accessories and like all of these old shops, just completely empty and abandoned.
Right.
And they dress people up in zombie outfits, and you have to like run through and escape the zombies, and they will chase you, and you have like guns and stuff. It's so
Guns?
It's so cool. Like airsoft.
Oh. That's
And I
interesting.
would presume they're probably wearing armor.
Armor vest or something. Let me look it
Uh-huh.
up. Zombie runs near me. Yeah, we do have races. There's some in Norfolk, which, for those of you who don't know, is capital. No, Richmond is the capital of Virginia, but Norfolk is right there near it. So, that'd be interesting. I would be terrified. I would take it a little bit too serious and probably like start turning around just to gun people down. Like it's
I don't know if all of them. Ah, yeah. So this zombie experience thing. So there's a big shopping center,
right.
and you have to like run through, and you get guns and ammo for this one.
Huh. Interesting.
The weapons you get.
Yeah, we probably should make it clear it's airsoft weapons.
Airsoft weapons, yeah, because guns are illegal in this country.
Oh,
for
really?
the most part. Well, not completely. Like, you can have them in specific circumstances, but you need to be licensed and to have a valid reason. And most of the time, it's either people that do hunting or farmers have shotguns to protect their land.
Are you guys allowed to have like pistols for like self-defense, or is that like no? Interesting.
No.
That's different than over here because
I don't think we're really allowed to own any weapon in like with intent to use.
I think that's smart, but I won't speak more on that. But over here, we're allowed to carry handguns with a license, which okay. And then a lot more of the like higher grade weapons are illegal. So
yeah.
As for hunters though, and like semi-auto, like no one shots, you know, like that stuff like that you use for hunting. I just want to make sure that I actually have it right. Have you shot a weapon before?
No, never. A paintball gun.
Yeah.
But that's it. So it says here, rifles and shotguns, I think for the most part. Handguns were effectively banned. Permission to possess or purchase a firearm can only be granted to an individual after they have been assessed by their local police force. Organisations such as shooting clubs, museums and firearms sellers must also apply for licences. Police checks on the individual or organisation wishing to own the firearm, involving crime record checks, as well as interviews and reports from a GP to make sure that you don't suffer from any mental illnesses,
right.
I would presume. A permit cannot be granted unless the police are satisfied with both the applicant's reason to own the firearm and that they do not pose a threat to public safety. Prohibited weapons such as handguns can be authorised by Home Office on behalf of Secretary of State for exceptional circumstances. So I would presume people like, you know, that need a form of instant protection for themselves higher up that might be a target.
Yeah.
It would be allowed, stuff like that.
As long as you're not a menace to society, you're good.
And police, because I think certain officers are allowed to use guns for certain situations. But yeah, I don't know what the laws are on
stepping onto that though, it was like we were always taught that we had to learn like to remember the all the amendments, all the laws, and like we learned them. It's just I don't remember half of them. I don't. That's what I guess was it was intimidating to me, seeing like I have to remember this much, and then it's like, well, once you get there, it's like not as bad.
Yeah. So, it is an offence to import certain specified weapons, including knives, swords, and other blades. These are butterfly knives, disguised knives, flick knives, gravity knives, stealth knives, zombie knives, swords, including samurai swords.
Have you seen a samurai sword?
No, I would love to own one just to have, hanging on the wall.
They're huge. They're insanely big.
Some exceptions being antiques. Sword sticks, push-up daggers, blowpipes, telescopic truncheons, batons, hollow cubitons, I don't know, shurikens, kusarigama, a sickle attached to a rope, cord or wire, a hook knife,
How many are there? Just
hand or foot claw, or knuckle duster.
That'd be insane though. Just like, you just go out and somebody has like a giant ass sword on their back.
I know.
Did you just? What was that? No, what was that?
I'm not committing genocide.
She's munching on my people, man. Heather's a murderer. A whole pack of them. Come on. Actually, I have like two big. I have these two. If I find a picture of them, I'll get it in before the recording. But I have these two giant ass jars of Skittles, and I can't finish them. They just been sitting in there. I can't eat them. Like, it'll make me sick.
Damn. Had too many Skittles already. You're just like, no more.
Literally.
No more.
Good lord. That's how I don't know. I used to be a big fan of candy. Not anymore. I can't eat it.
I've always been more of a savoury than sweet person. I have to be in the mood for sweet stuff.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I will choose chips over chocolate or crisps over chocolate.
I mean, honestly, I would too. At this point, it's just how I think.
More variety and flavour.
Yep. It's not that candy's just straight up bad for you. It's just like, I don't know. I'd rather, if I'm watching a show or something, if I'm watching a YouTube video, I'd rather have something I can like enjoy instead of have to like not focus on, but like keep in my mouth back and forth. You know what I mean? It's like a piece of hard candy or something. Like, I'd rather have something I can eat and it be warming, not. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but
You just don't find sweets comforting.
yeah, pretty much.
I get that. So we kind of spoke about our experiences with GTA having ghosts and stuff like that. But have you actually played a proper like horror game or a ghost hunting game or something like that? Because I it's one of those genres that I stream the most when I make content. So for you, it's not something that you really touch, right?
I've played ghost games before. It's more or less a seasonal thing for me. Like with GTA, they had a game mode, like the Michael Myers game mode, but that's not really that type of mode. And then there's Dead by Daylight, which also not really that type of mode. I want to play Phasmophobia, but I heard it's not really that good of a game. Again, that's probably mostly from outside, but no, yeah. I haven't actually played many horror games like that. I would like to do it this year though, because I'd be able to stream it in better quality and stuff. But no, yeah, I had
I would recommend. I have some personal favorites that I can recommend forward, but Phasmophobia, I mean, it's not the worst. It's just I've played it a lot now to the point where it's not really that scary unless they add some like completely new stuff
right
that I'm not gonna expect.
That's the thing. I think it's like with every game though. It's like it's scary for a time. Like with the movie, after you see the ghost, it's like it's not really that scary. I had that issue with Insidious. I think I don't find Insidious scary at all, actually, which is something.
I've never seen it.
Well, it's scary until they like show this thing's face. It's like I think it's Insidious. I'm pretty sure, but no, yeah, I would like to play a scary game, but it would be I wouldn't want to play unless it's like October, Spooktober, you know what I mean?
Spooky season.
Yeah,
I understand that.
And it would just make it that much more intense.
Yeah, no, I get that. So, how are you with horror movies?
Oh.
Do you watch a lot of horror movies? Are you?
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
It's more of a. So when it comes to horror movies, I grew up on Michael Myers, those type of movies, like the Michael Myers movies. I forgot the other ones, but like this mysterious mutant figure. But as I got older, it was like the demons and spirits and stuff, and the Babadook. I don't know if you ever watched the Babadook, but he is.
I haven't, but there was a meme ages ago that he was LGBT representative because Netflix accidentally put LGBT tag on the Babadook film.
Well,
So he became gay icon for a little bit.
I think that was like the branch point for me from like mutant figures to like demon spirit shit, because
Yeah.
it was really freaky at the time. I remember like sitting there like not wanting to look at the screen, which it's hard to get that from me, like not wanting to look at the screen. Oh my god. Have you ever watched Amityville Horror? Actually, no. Do you watch a bunch of horror movies?
No, okay, so I'm a little bit of a wuss when it comes to horror films. I don't know what it is. I can play horror games all day, all night. Doesn't
Right.
bother me. Horror films, I'm so out of control that they scare me more.
Huh.
So I just don't. And plus, I mean, well, I think I would be fine with like the classic slasher films now, like Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. I want to try and maybe eventually watch and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I've seen, what's it called? Poltergeist. That wasn't really that bad. But things like It. I don't like clowns, so.
It was.
Or like Annabelle, like, or Chucky, like dolls as well. Also creepy. I just, keep to yourselves.
I think It was more or less like a jump scare type of movie. Like like the suspense was really building. It was really there. That movie had a good sense of immersion in the story, and it's like you knew when you're about to get scared, but you don't know how it's going to happen. Annabelle, I've watched part of Annabelle. I think that was probably the most creepy one out of like the Spirit for me. But no, there is this one movie.
I didn't even get. I tried to watch Annabelle once
Right.
with my ex-girlfriend, and then I probably got like 3 minutes in and was like, no.
No?
I was like, no.
No.
I'm not watching this.
So, all right. There's this one movie, and growing up, it's been remade and remastered, but growing up, it was called the Amityville Horror, and my parents watched it, or my mom watched it. And it came on like one Halloween, maybe 5 years ago. No, longer than that. I think it came out in 2012, and I watched it in 2014. That's what it was, 7 years ago. And she's like, she put it on TV, like, she's like, ooh, it was Halloween, we went to watch a scary movie, put on the Amityville Horror. And when I tell you, this is the one instance that I had to walk out of the room watching a movie because of how fucking terrifying it was. Like,
Wow.
I made it to the end of the movie, but like, it still scares me to watch to this day. Like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see the demons. I don't want to see like, because it touches into like, I guess Satanist stuff. So it touches into like dark arts, and it varies. And no, but that has probably been one of the most terrifying movies I've ever watched, is the Amityville Horror. It got remade from like the 70s, and yeah, I don't know. It's about this house where demons possess. The house is built on Indian burial grounds, so demons possess the father to kill the entire family. And he got a shotgun, and at like this certain time in the morning, I forgot, I think it was like 3:13 in the morning, heard the shotgun, and he went at it. So when this family moved in, they started having these paranormal experiences. The husband and wife kind of like drifted apart because of it, and he just went like, it took over his life. He busted down the wall and started doing really bad stuff, and one night just came to a close, and he didn't kill him, but oh, Jody, It's a very interesting
Damn.
movie. I don't know.
See, like, things like that make me fear going and experiencing paranormal things, because if they are real, what if they turn me cuckoo? You know?
Yeah. They could very well possess you. Have you ever watched?
Exactly.
Have you ever watched a lot like an Exorcism?
No.
It's one. I won't. I don't want to say it's creepy because I don't want that to be offensive, but it is very scary.
Right.
Like, you can tell these people aren't in control of their own bodies, unless it's just really good acting. Again, assuming all this is real, it's terrifying. Like, they're so helpless and like they're not themselves almost. I remember the first time I watched one, it was like maybe 5 or 6 years ago. It was like, that's when I was
Oh,
really...
I thought you were about to say 5 or 6 years old. I was about to be really scared for you. Like, what the hell?
I don't know. Stuff like that is just I guess that would be like the biggest like fears. Like, what if they get at me? Like, what if they just want to experience this world outside of spectator mode and they use me for that?
Yeah, because like I feel like I'm not that interesting, so they would like have no problem with it. They'd be like, yeah, I mean, you know, it's alright.
Latch on.
Exactly. Yeah.
Ah, God.
I wouldn't want to be a
And here comes the preacher with his holy
meat
water.
shield for a ghost.
God.
What other stuff classes under the paranormal? Because it's not technically just ghosts, right?
Shit. No, it's not just ghosts. It's... I don't know. Would you be... Obviously, there can be good or bad spirits that inhabit whatever, so they say. I'm not too sure, actually. I'm sure there's a bunch of things regarding... So, it's demons, spirits... Like, spirits are ghosts.
List of paranormal beings. It's all just coming up with paranormal TV shows. Paranormal creatures. List of 12. So we have Mr. Episode 3 himself, Bigfoot.
How?
I don't know. Skunk ape is one other name for it.
Skunk ape. Interesting.
Yep. Nessie, Loch Ness Monster.
Oh.
Also paranormal, technically, apparently.
See, I never... Okay, stop you on Loch Ness Monster. I never got that. That's one
The
thing...
Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah, I never got it. I always heard it. I always thought it was like some pirate's tale from a pirate story or something.
I'm pretty sure it's just like apparently meant to be this big lizard thing in a lake somewhere.
Like a dinosaur?
Yeah,
Interesting.
with a long neck and flippers.
I mean, we've
An
talked
aquatic animal.
we talked about this. There could be something like that. You know what I mean? Like an aquatic... I don't want to say dinosaur, but like...
Photos are fake though.
Yeah.
But people still think... Oh, number 3. El Chupacabra.
Oh, God. Would the Bermuda Triangle count? The Bermuda Triangle, like, not terrifying me, but it was like some, like, I guess create this fear of planes for me. Like, you could just vanish. I'm not sure. Like, you fly over the Bermuda Triangle, no one's made it. Well, people made it back, but like, not many.
Mermaids.
How would that count? I thought, well, never mind. Paranormal.
Cryptozoology.
What the hell is that?
Mothman.
Isn't that a DC villain? Mothman?
One report claimed they were out for a drive at night and encountered the beast, which chased them down the road and kept pace with their car at speeds of up to 100 miles per hour.
What, Mothman?
Yep.
Oh god, did you ever, alright, so on YouTube, there was this like point in time on YouTube, where horror videos were just a thing.
Oh, I've never actually seen what he looks like. That's terrifying. I wouldn't want to run into him. I wouldn't want to get chased by that at 100 miles per hour.
No, so there was a point in time on YouTube where scary videos were like the go-to thing, like they were getting millions and millions of views for early day YouTube. So I would just, there's that always a classic video of the car going down the road, jump scare, right? But no, I'm talking about have you ever seen the video of the girl like sitting down the road, like these guys are in a car and they drive up to it and she's just there like dangling, just standing there. So they decide to back up and she starts chasing after them. It's freaking terrifying, dude. It's terrifying. Like, stuff like that. Oh, Slender Man.
Slender Man got me as a child. Slender Man and, like, The Rake.
The Rake? What is that?
Creepy Pastors, you know, and Jeff the Killer. Did you have that one as well?
No. Slender Man was like, I thought Slender Man, honestly, was like a... Okay, so there's, Bendy and the Ink Factory or whatever. I thought he was like something created from that, but Slenderman's been a thing for a long time. There's this whole story, there's a whole article about how these two girls killed this one girl because Slenderman said to do it or whatever.
Yeah, I heard about that as well.
And that's recent, not recent, but like as of recent times, not like back in the 60s or whatever.
No,
So,
it's within the last 20 years.
Yeah. Which, like, stuff like that.
Probably even within the last 10 years, to be honest.
Honestly, thinking back to it now, that would be terrifying. Like, isn't it like that Slenderman only approaches kids? Or...
Yeah, apparently. Which, I mean, thank fuck I'm an adult.
Yeah, he can
If
fuck
he's
right
real,
off.
he don't want me no more, so...
What that would class... Do I want to say that? Maybe I don't.
Yeah, but I know what you mean.
Yeah. Or maybe I don't want to say that.
Naughty Slendy, oof.
That's not okay. That's not okay.
It's not okay. Catching cases.
Literally out here in the field catching cases.
Yep.
I wonder if that would be like something that only the kids could see though.
Yeah, maybe.
It begs, would it be magic at that point? What'd I do?
Oh.
Well, whatever. We're going with red now. Maybe. No, we'll go with pink. That would beg the question where magic comes into all of this because of, it's, what do you call it? Like the ability to mask yourself from others, but some see you. That really does sound like something out of like a straight magic story or something.
Yeah.
Or a fantasy, excuse me.
I found a list of places near me that are in the paranormal database.
Really?
So, though they spelt it wrong. They spelt it Worcester instead of Worcester. But there's some hunting manifestation.
You can tell an American wrote that article.
Phantom.
Hmm.
Hunting manifestation. Type legend. Local legend says that on the day Someone died and got ravaged by birds. Okay. Interesting. Headless lady.
Oh, that's like the goat, the
A
headless
phantom
ghost.
funeral procession arrives at the church. Decapitated woman carrying her head under her arm.
What?
Ooh. However, I don't know where any of these places are, luckily, so if I heard that they were near me, I'd be like, yo, packing my bags.
We out this. Mentioning fandoms though, one big thing about when I grew up was watching. Did you ever watch Scooby-Doo? Because I was probably.
Yeah,
I've seen all the original Scooby-Doo, like every single episode. I've watched it all.
that's dedication.
Like my man Scooby. It's gonna be embarrassing, but for 1 year Halloween, I dressed up in a Scooby-Doo onesie. I was like 4 or 5, okay, but I had the ears and the tail and all, and no, he was like, I won't say a constant, but like, I don't know. It was like always the most interesting thing to me. God, I don't know.
Scooby-Doo's great. I love the films.
Oh.
I think that was perfectly casted. the live action films.
No, not the,
Uh-huh.
no.
Velma in the latex suit, bro.
I think I got the wrong Scooby-Doo case. You ever seen that meme where they got the have you ever seen the meme where they have the there's, God forbid, there is a porno of the Scooby-Doo movies, and it's literally not casted the same, but casted lookalikes, and like
Oh god.
they follow the same plot. It's just more
What
lewd.
do you mean?
Like,
What do you mean they follow the plot so they still find the monsters?
yeah, they're like monster
Oh
hunting.
no.
They're monster hunting. Like, it's a meme that Daphne and Fred always go off together, so you already know where that's going. Oh my god, it's terrible.
Why are there these such elaborate plot lines I will never understand?
I don't know. I really don't know. That's like taking Rule 34 to the extreme.
Rule 34 though, I mean it does exist. It does.
If you're watching this, then don't stay
Don't
away.
Google it.
Don't just stay away.
Keep
Stay
your
away.
mind pure.
God. Really?
What?
Nothing.
Huh?
What's talking about? I hear you slurping on him. Come on.
Bro, I'm not slurping on
Are
it.
you
What do you mean?
I heard it.
It's not my retainers this time.
Oh man, have to hear that back in the. Oh,
Turn that
God.
down, it's fine.
Yeah, just get that out.
So far though, no chimney, no
Antihistamines.
antihistamine.
Of course. I was looking on
No.
it. I was looking back at it, and I picked up. I had a headache the other day, right? So I took an antihistamine, or a Motrin, I guess we would call it.
Are you sure it was an antihistamine though? It wasn't anesthesia.
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay.
I picked up the bottle and looked at it. And I was like, man, I thought of it, and I was like, my mom was sending her something. I was just reading, and she's like, what? And I was like, you'll see. Just. I was like, you'll watch. You'll see. God.
Funny. Sometimes my favourite parts of the episode though.
Yeah. Just us acting like dumbasses, being stupid.
Do you have any more ghost stories? Do you have any ghost stories?
Ghost stories. Okay, this may have been out of my, I wouldn't say desperation, but like, so growing up we shared a room, me and my sister, and so when we moved, we were like trying to get everything situated, and like I forgot what it was, but I was really trying to get in the room, and I don't think that she was awake or something, and had to go up these long stairs, and the TV was flashing, it was raining, it was storming, I couldn't really hear because the TV right next to us was really, really loud. So I was like, really like, hey. And, out of the corner of my eye, I thought, like, when the TV flashed, I thought I might have saw something in the corner of my eye. So I freaked the fuck out. No, but it was just like, it was like a blinking and mystery type of thing. I don't think there was anything there. It might have just been me, like, because at the time I was really invested into this ghost stuff. So, like, it might have been me just wanting to see something or me just, like, tricking my mind into seeing something. But outside of actual ghost experience, nothing really. Okay, so I guess it would be my stepsister at the time. We were at their house. On the wall, there was this writing. It was super weird. It was like, it was writing and it almost looked like brown dried blood, but it wasn't blood. Don't get me wrong. It was just like, I guess the paint from the sun.
Right.
And it was in the date of her birthday, which was super freaking weird because her grandparents had passed a couple years before that. So it was just super weird stuff. Thought it might have been something trying to like directly like
contact her or something,
communicate with her or something, which I thought was interesting. Like I wanted to build off of that, but there really wasn't anything to build off there. So outside of that though, I never really have anything. Never had.
Me neither.
No.
I've never had one single experience. I am riddled with bad luck, it seems, but I've never had a paranormal experience. It's the one sense I've been lucky, I guess. Or unlucky.
I don't think you want, unless it's in like the right aspect. I think.
Yeah. But then I feel like having a little like ghost bestie would be weird because people would just think you're crazy and talking to yourself.
Yeah, like you would be the only one seeing them, and it's like, who are you talking to? See that. Talking back to the movie I was talking about earlier, the little girl, her name was Jody. She was It was weird enough because from the shotgun pellet there was a hole directly in the middle of her skull, and to torture the babysitter, she grabbed her finger.
No, did she jab it in the hole?
Yeah, and it messed with that.
She jabbed it in the hole.
The babysitter was like mentally, like she was paralyzed. Like she was mentally messed up after that. There's actually a whole sub-series about the babysitter, which is it's so weird. I
would be terrified. I don't want to stick my finger in
a dead girl's
a bullet hole.
Oh god.
So, talking about communicating with the dead,
right.
What do you think on psychics, mediums, people that can speak to the dead?
I won't say that it's. I would feel like it would be more or less bullshit, like a money gimmick. But I know there's some people that do it to find closure and stuff, so I won't discredit it. But for me, I don't think. I would have to be the one to experience it. I don't want someone else to like, you know what I mean?
I can't take it from someone else. I need to experience it firsthand to be able to believe it.
Right, exactly.
Word of mouth isn't enough proof for me.
Yeah, seeing is believing, or feeling is believing to me. So like, I don't know. It's just a super off and on thing for me. You said that you'd have to see to believe, or
yeah, I mean I wouldn't be able to just believe some person that I've never met in my life to
right, that they are communicating with your lost loved ones.
Exactly. Because I mean you'll find that they say very, very vague things and then they wait on response.
Right.
This is just what I've seen from a lot of the commercial ones, the ones on TV and stuff like that.
They advertise
I mean, no, as in like people who do shows and stuff.
Oh.
But I mean, obviously, there's no way that I can disprove them. I wouldn't want to say that or like call them out and say that they're lying.
Right.
But personally, for me, I just wouldn't be able to believe that is possible unless I were to experience it firsthand.
Right. I feel the same way about fortune tellers, I think. Like, again,
But how would you know if you've seen the future? How would you not know that you've just like zoned out daydreaming or
true.
something like that, you know?
See, that's what I used to be fascinated by the idea that dreams are the future.
Ooh.
Like reminiscing, I think it's called. Yeah.
That's I would not like that then.
See,
I had some weird dreams as a kid.
yeah, I've I've had dreams of myself dying, so I don't think
Oh.
I don't want my dreams to be my future, to put it lightly, but no, yeah, with fortune tellers and stuff, again, not to discredit, not to say anything out of the way, but I just don't believe it. I don't think it's real. Again, this seems like a run of the money type of fun fair thing to do, like here's your card, your future type of thing.
Yeah, and very vague. You know, you will get great success, or you know, usually it's a very vague answer.
Right. Nothing.
With especially in the ones where it's like you put money in and you get a
Get a
little
card.
card.
Yeah.
Or
Oh.
fortune cookies. They do taste really good. I love fortune cookies.
Yeah, fortune cookies are like, growing up we had a Chinese restaurant right down the road, and we'd usually go there and eat like maybe like once a month or something, and like the experience of getting to like try this different food and then also getting a fortune cookie afterwards, that was the shit. That was the experience of a lifetime. Like all of us cracking open our fortune cookies and discussing about it. I think that was probably one of my favorite memories growing up, is just sitting around the table, this beautiful restaurant, awesome food, and just discussing fortunes and stuff. It was just super fun. I don't know.
See, for me, I think I as much as I like love going out to eat, and I think it's great, I love just a sit down at home meal, where you just, you know, everyone. So like usually that happens when I'm at either my grandparents' house, like if I'm at my dad's side of the family,
Right.
it will be a Sunday, and pre-COVID it will be like my aunt and uncle would be there with my cousins, me, my grandparents and my dad, and we would have a curry or
Oh.
a Sunday roast with rice.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
That's insane. Do you guys
was
have
good.
Chinese restaurants over there in the UK?
We do. Yeah. I went to one. So, if you remember, I don't remember what episode it was that we were talking about this, but my epilepsy. You know, when I had the brain scanning thing at the
Right.
hospital.
Right.
So after, as like a well done to me, I guess. We went to a Chinese restaurant, and I was fairly young, but I was using chopsticks, and they were so impressed with me.
Wow.
But I've been using chopsticks since like I was young anyway.
I want to learn to use chopsticks. I think that's one thing I want to do this year, is learn to use chopsticks. I said I wanted to learn.
They're not that difficult to learn. When I see people like really struggling to pick stuff up, I just like, it's like a claw almost, you know.
What is it, like crab claw?
Well, the way I hold them, I have a pair downstairs, but like, so I'll have it. I'm trying to visualize how I would hold it now because I've forgotten. So,
Bust out the chopstick for us, Heather. Let me stop.
do you know what? I am gonna bust out the chopsticks.
All right, cool.
We'll do a cut. I had to walk, and the hole in the bottom of my foot hurts.
Oh no.
Barefoot on the carpet as well. Ow. Anyway,
Chopsticks.
here are my chopsticks. So, I hold them like this, and I use.
Bring them to the camera view a little bit more. There you go. Oh, okay. So it's like with 4 fingers then?
Some people use 4 fingers. I use my middle finger because I have quite small hands. So like I have less control with my middle finger.
Okay, cool.
But I use my thumb as kind of like a pinch point.
Oh.
My ring finger and my middle finger on each chopstick, and then I just like
Yeah.
move them in and out like I were doing a Spock thing with my hand.
Oh, okay. God, you're making me crave Pocky now that I see the six. Growing up, stop. No. My dad knew how to use chopsticks. He tried teaching us, and like as a kid, I wasn't all that interested, unfortunately. So I was like, I took him serious for a minute. I tried, and then it's like, it's too hard. No, and I just put him down. But it just seems like it would make it fun almost. I'm not sure.
I honestly think it's easier to eat with
chopsticks?
chopsticks for most meals.
Ah.
I will use chopsticks on meals that don't require chopsticks sometimes.
Interesting. How would you say it makes it easier? I'm curious.
Well, I just with a fork, it's like you can, stab and scoop, but like you're kind of restricted to how much you can pick up. I got a big mouth, so I like to really shovel it in, You can pick up more with your chopsticks.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't know because I don't use them, but
More effective, I would say.
how? Okay, so me and my sister had this question before. How does one eat rice with chopsticks?
Well, usually rice is a lot stickier.
Oh.
So because it's made in like a rice
Cooker?
maker
Yeah.
or rice cooker, yeah. So usually it's a lot stickier, so it doesn't it's not like you're picking individual grains.
Right.
It will usually be like clumps of rice.
Okay. So yeah, that was just
But I
like
mean, like you can sort of shovel if you want.
really?
Yeah. So I know in some Asian countries they use, or Southeast Asian countries, they'll often eat with like a small bowl, and then they'll have like their main plate, and then they'll put it into their bowl so that they can bring it to their mouths, so then you can.
Interesting. Okay, that's cool. I would love to try. Speaking of Asian countries, Japan has been something I've loved to observe over the past few years. Their food. Oh my god, I would love to actually. I would like to. Once I do travel to Japan to try an authentic ramen, because I mean we have the pack ramen here, which isn't like.
It's not the same.
No, it's not. I mean, they prepare eggs and all kinds of I think it's herbs and spices in their ramen, which is super it looks super good. Ah man.
And the pork.
Oh. I don't
the
think I would stop
broth.
eating. I really don't think I'd stop eating. I would.
I think if I ever travelled to Southeast Asia, because I wouldn't want to just go to Japan for food. Korea also looks like they have some amazing looking food there that I would love to try. Singapore too, it's where my nan's from on my dad's side, so I already know that they have good food there, because sometimes I'll get like a Malaysian curry or like curry puffs, and it's just
Oh
it's
my
the best thing.
gosh, that'd be. If I were to go to. If I were to travel to Southeast Asia or Asia in general, I would have to set aside a shit ton of money just to eat. I think that's just how it would be. Just like
Thousands on food.
literally, I'd like.
I'd want to go to, what is it, a 7-Eleven, but one of the
Oh yeah.
Southeast Asian ones, because we don't even have 7-Elevens here.
You don't know.
Nope.
Oh, speaking of 7-Elevens, you have to try a 7-Eleven smoothie. Like.
What, the Slurpee things?
Yes. Yes.
I don't. We have those kind of drinks here.
Right, but one from
It's called a
7-Eleven.
slush puppy.
One from 7-Eleven. I have to say no more. One from 7-Eleven hits.
What flavour though? Because aren't there a bunch of flavours?
It really
Are you a classic blue man or?
Well, I mean, I might be a sucker for blueberry, but
I am a sucker for blue raspberry.
yeah. Wait,
which
really?
is blue here in the UK.
Okay.
Usually.
I like cherry as well, but cherry's more like a in and out. If I'm doing
On occasion, you got to be in the mood.
yeah, it's got I have to be doing something, or it's like I'll need that kick. I don't know what it is. It really nothing different in the end, but yeah. God, I just okay, making sure.
What sort of stuff do they have in a 7-Eleven in like Japan and stuff, because they're just like fried chicken and
I
all
heard
these
it's crazy.
great looking sandwiches. How is it? We always this is the second week in a row that we've ended in, or we've ended up
Talking food.
coming onto food at the hour mark.
For those of you who don't know, we had to cut a good segment last week of us just talking about straight up food.
But it's okay because we'll release it as a bonus episode.
Yeah, there's gonna
People voted.
Yeah, we put out a poll on Twitter. If you don't follow us on Twitter, it's at MindTank. I think it's Pod now.
At Mind Tank Podcast.
MindTank Podcast. Thank
Go
you.
give it a follow.
Right. We posted a poll. We had a segment last week we didn't use. We just got off topics talking about food. We didn't feel it fit, so we do plan to release it as a bonus episode somewhere down the line.
And I know we're doing that now, but we did gradually get onto the topic of food.
Right.
We'll talk about what ghosts eat.
Oh, wouldn't it be? No, I'll save that. I'll save that for the actual conversation. I'm looking at what Japan has in their 7-Elevens now. What the hell? Oh my god, that's fried. Is that a corn dog? Oh no, it's not a corn dog. I'm sorry. They got
those rice balls look good. That are wrapped in seaweed.
Oh my god. I would love to try a rice ball, honestly.
Also, their egg sandwiches. I don't know what it is, but they look really good. And just like buttery. What is that? Yakisoba noodles in a bun.
Only eating
Bento
7-Eleven
box.
food in Japan. Why is there a YouTube video titled that?
I love how they just have like egg. Like just a boxed boiled egg.
See, one thing about I think it was I saw a TikTok the other day. It was like things you need to know about before you go traveling to Japan, and it was like they don't just egg's not a breakfast thing over there. It's kind of like an everyday. It's kind of just like a something you eat.
Any time of the day.
Right, and I knew that, but
The same here.
really,
Any. I mean, maybe I might just be weird, but any occasion it can be an egg occasion. Sometimes you put it in a salad. Sometimes it's.
why'd you say salad like that?
I don't know, salad.
Growing up here with breakfast, though, it's like when we tried breakfast at night, it was like breakfast hits better like at different times of the day. It was kind of like a realization for us that it's not really breakfast food. We just kind of not made it that way, but like looked at it that way, I guess.
Right.
But no, I learned how much they use egg in their food, just like in different types of things. It's honestly, I didn't. It's insane.
Omelets. Also good.
Is omelet a breakfast food for you guys, or
No.
no? It's a breakfast food over here.
Well, I mean, maybe. I've never had it for breakfast. I've only ever had it for dinner. With a salad and some chips.
Okay, Google Chrome. I want to get a close up.
It's also not uncommon to have a fry up like for dinner, or at least in my world. Again, I might be weird for saying that. The Brits might be coming for me, being like, "That is weird. What are you doing?" I'm kind of at the point where I look at everything now as just any kind of occasion meal, like any time of day meal.
Have you been to a pub in the UK before? Like a pub, or maybe not a pub, but a club. What?
Nightclub.
Like a nightclub, a pub type thing.
Pubs and nightclubs are very different here.
Really?
Yeah, so a nightclub is like the light and the dun 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 dancing and
Right.
people grinding on each other and drunk people and the DJs. A pub is like booths, a bar, people just having pints and drinking a lot, maybe some little slot machines in the background, kind of things. And then usually they sell food as well, so people have like a steak come in with their pint or
Oh, so it's kind of like
burger.
I won't say like a lunch buffet, or like not a buffet, like a lunch. I'm not sure. I've heard that some pubs in the UK can be like not dull, but There's a big difference between.
Yeah, there is a big difference between pubs and nightclubs in the UK.
Yeah.
I've been to both. Pubs you can go to. Certain pubs are drinks only. If they are drinks only, you are not allowed entrance until you're 18, regardless of who you're with. If it is a pub and they sell food, usually they have a separate bar section with seating area for food, and then they have a section of just seating area away from the bar. If you're under 18 and you're not accompanied with an adult, I think you're only allowed over in the like family friendly area.
Interesting.
And then the bar you can sit at if you're over 18
That's like.
or 18 or over.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, that's like I won't make that comparison. Never mind. Actually, no, that's like ChatterBait, and then there's Twitch.
But slowly the difference is disappearing.
That's a topic we should touch on one day. That can be a topic for another day. But I've heard clubs in Japan are insane. Not clubs.
Nightclubs.
Nightclubs in Japan are like crazy.
I wouldn't mind going to a
For the
nightclub.
experience?
I wouldn't mind going to a nightclub in LA either, or like not specifically LA, but just in the States, just for the experience. I would love to go to different ones in Europe though. The European just I guess nightlife scene is always really good.
Interesting.
Because they all just vary in music tastes. So you'll go to one place, say Germany for example, and their music is very different to what you'll find in France, but
right.
And dress sense as well. It would just be cool to experience, I think.
I listen to a specific type of music, whether it be hyperpop, trap, or rap. So when I get I don't think I would actually mind if I went to a club or something and they're not playing the music I listen to.
Right.
I have it's very strange. I listen to songs on repeat. A lot of people, which I've come to figure this is more or less just me. People listen to their songs on shuffle. I can't stand that for some reason. I can't stand to listen to my music on shuffle.
I have to pick specific songs.
See,
I know what I want to listen to.
Right. So,
and if it's the same song that I listened to 2 hours ago, then that's fine. I don't care.
That's also something I've come to realize. People don't like listening to the same song too close together when here I am repeating the same song for 8 hours straight. It's my fault. I would just want to learn. I just want to learn the lyrics. Nothing crazy.
Oh, for me, it's just I'm not done enjoying that song yet.
Really?
I'm still enjoying it, so I want to listen to it again. I'm not done getting everything I can out of it. I love music. Music for me is just number one mood upper, I guess.
People often discuss what the world would be like without music, and it's literally it's
dark place.
Yeah, it's literally its own language.
Mhm.
It's man. We'll talk more about music and the art of music in season 2, but I will say that music is probably I won't say something that whole personal to myself, but I love seeing other people experience it. I love it. The songs I enjoy, I love seeing people how they experience it too.
Unless they don't like it, then I kind of feel bad. I don't know what it is, but I always feel like I need to apologize because they think my music's shitty. Even though I love my music taste, I think my music taste is chef's kiss.
Really?
It's because there's very little that I don't like. As I've grown older, I've learnt to appreciate more genres than I would have listened to in my youth.
Yeah.
Things that back then I would have poo-pooed and thought, nah, I'm not even going to bother trying to even listen to that.
See, I was that way with country music when I was 14. You good? Heather?
Yeah, so you just made a really weird noise and your mic picked it up, so I think your throat made a little and I heard it really loud because nothing was going on. It was silent for a second, so all I heard was
oh no. When I was about 14, I grew up on country music. I'm not gonna lie, or rock, because that's all my parents listened to. And then when I got an experience of different type of music, it was like, nope, country music is terrible, this, that, and third. But now I find myself, I have multiple country songs on my playlist. I'm not even afraid to admit it. Like, there are some.
I don't mind country.
Yeah, like that's what I've been branching out into, like, one of my friends have got me on some K-pop songs, and then there's hyperpop, and then, like we were talking about the other day, I found KDA, which kind of interesting one, but yeah, it's just all these interesting types of music. It's like I don't directly like feel any type of way about it. It's just like I love to hear it. It's so different almost.
Yeah. So we've spoken about sorry, right. So to jump back to what we were talking about previously, you've never been to a nightclub, have you?
No.
The law over in the States is 21 and over.
Right.
For stuff like that, right? But you've never been to a pub either. You guys don't have the same kind of pubs that we have, I'm guessing.
So the way you described a pub earlier in the UK, we do have some of those pubs. I've been to one before. The law here is that it's very specific and occasional depending on the state, because each state has their own laws, which makes things fucking hard. I'm not gonna lie. In the pub in America, your parental guardian is allowed to serve you a alcoholic beverage. If you're over 16, you are allowed to have one. And you are allowed in to pubs.
Can it be like a double vodka and Coke?
Well, I mean, I'm guessing it's alcohol, not liquor.
But is liquor not considered alcohol?
I mean, it is, but they're like, I guess over here it's considered a heavier stuff.
Right, so they would only let you have like ciders, beers.
Yeah, instead of like
Stuff
mixed
like
drinks. Mixed drinks are kind of like a over here type of thing. Like there's alcohol. There's over here. There's beer, which is considered alcohol. Then there's liquor, which is considered mixed drinks, or at least where I'm from.
See, for us, I guess drinking culture in the UK is very, very different to in the States. But I have noticed, like, I see these TikToks and they make me giggle a little bit, and it's I just got iced, and there was Smirnoff ices, and wow, it's the same percentage as a beer.
What?
Like, you're acting like it's actual vodka, but it's not.
Yeah. There's like
and then they're like drunk over one, and I'm like, huh?
It's a mental effect, I swear, because
placebo.
Yeah.
It's gotta be. I can't.
There's no way, because I don't drink. I never have. But
I remember when I was like that.
My parents both have experimented with their drinking, and they were open about it with us, because like alcohol and weed specifically isn't anything that they shied us away from.
Right.
But heavy drugs, stuff like that was. So when they were like, they wouldn't explain to us, but like as we got older, they would just openly discuss what it was like the differences between each of them. I think that was some of like, I remember one night, my dad doesn't often drink, but when he did, he was hilarious. And he was like, I remember him like just sitting there one night on the bar stool playing music, just telling me about the differences in alcohol. I think that's a conversation I'll hold on to for a long time. Over alcohol, I'm not even lying. It was just a good time, like seeing
everyone high spirits.
Yeah, that's the type of drinking I don't mind. You know what I mean? So It has to be placebo, because there's no way. Once I learned more about Smirnoff, as like, because I was like, that's a top tier beer, da 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 da. I was like, what? No, it's just literally in the pile. You know what I mean?
It's yeah. I mean, we have Smirnoff Ice here. We call them Alco Pops, I guess, because they're basically very sweet. They kind of taste like a fizzy drink, or you guys call them sodas, but they're alcoholic, very, very low percentage alcohols. So one example we have here is VKs, or Wickeds, also known as WKDs. and also Smirnoff Ice. Those are like probably the big three.
So serious.
And in the
Sorry.
UK, those are usually the sort of drinks that keep you going when you're already drunk, when you're on a night out.
Interesting.
Because they're low in percentage, they're kind of sweet, so it's not disgusting. They're easy to drink, and it, you know, you can pile a few back and not think it's booze. Whereas, at least here in university, you get two types of people on a night out. You have the beer boys or the beer lads, who, for example, in my flat, I had some housemates and they would drink these big like 4-litre bottles of cider, just plastic bottles of cider that they got from a corner shop called Frosty Jack's, and they would put I guess it's called squash here in the UK, other people call it cordial. I think you guys call it juice. You just put a little bit in, it kind of is like fruity flavoured, and then you put water in to dilute it.
V8?
I don't know what V8 is.
It's a not a vegetable juice, but like it's like a
Vegetable juice?
Okay, so look up V8.
V8 vegetable juice.
Hold on, what you called it? Squash?
Yeah.
Okay,
Type in Robinson's fruit juice.
hold on, because alright, Robinson.
Or fruit squash.
Oh, okay. So over here, look up American squash. Just look up American squash.
Okay. It's come up with the vegetable.
Yeah, see, that's
Ah. Oh, the squash is in the vegetable.
right.
You don't call it squash, I'm guessing. No.
No, that would just literally be considered juice, I think.
Do you add water to it to dilute it?
Some.
Or is it like a fruit juice? Because ours isn't like a fruit juice. That's like pure strength. So you would usually add maybe like that much to a cup, and then you'd add water the rest of the way.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
No, I don't think.
I think I've got some.
See, what people around here like to do is Bud Light is a common alcoholic beverage in the States, right? They like to add V8 vegetable juice in it to make a Bloody Mary, is what they call it.
Huh.
It's interesting.
Isn't Bloody Mary's the thing with the tomato juice
Right.
and the celery stick?
Yeah, I guess more to the north
Well,
or
that's
to
the
the west.
cocktail side,
Yeah,
right?
right. That's right. But I guess Bloody Mary kind of has its own variants from the west to the east coast here. But I never got it because I was 8 and I tried vegetable juice and I hated it.
What does it taste like?
Vomit. If you disagree with me, that's okay. But I think V8 tastes like vomit. See, when my parents got divorced and we stayed with my dad for the first weekend, God bless his soul for trying, he got us V8 juice. And it was like this like sugary vegetable juice. Took one sip, was like, I gave it to my sister, have the rest. Like,
Yeah, that sounds disgusting.
like again, all appreciation for him for trying, but no.
I can only imagine like just vegetable water after you've done boiling vegetables and then just adding a teaspoon of sugar to it or something. How disgusting that would be.
Right? Oh God.
Ground up vegetables with a little bit of sugar in it, like.
I'm gonna puke just thinking about it. Oh God.
But yeah, see, we kind of have something similar here with the like Bloody Marys that people do in the States, but instead they will just add the squash stuff to cider. These big 4-litre bottles of cider. Apple and blackcurrant was the common one in my building, so that was one type of drinker. And then you had the other side, which I was a part of. Usually just drank sort of anything that they wanted to drink in that occasion. So like I don't really like beer, but I don't mind fruit ciders, so like mixed berry fruit ciders.
Right.
So I would drink those, or the Alco Pops plus shots of vodka in it. Jaeger bombs. Do you guys know what a Jaeger bomb is?
I don't.
Okay, so there's this liquor called Jägermeister, and what they'll do is they'll put it in a little shot glass, and then they'll put it in a glass of, I think, energy drink, Red Bull, something like that, and you...
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
People like to mix Red Bull with some type of alcohol.
Vodka,
Yeah.
usually.
Yeah.
Or gin sometimes. I have done it.
Huh.
I do drink. I know it's really bad for you and you shouldn't do it, but I do mix energy drinks and liquor.
Is it that bad for you? It's like something.
Apparently.
I guess I really wouldn't know, but
I mean, I've never had any bad experiences with it. I've never I've never had a hangover either.
Really, I don't
No.
think I would wanna. Like, I don't think if I ever were to drink, I don't think I would want to drink to the point where it made me, you know.
Yeah. See, well, actually, no. I've been kind of hungover, but only once. It was last summer of 2020. It was towards the end of the summer, so I was staying at my dad's, and I had some booze, and I was on call with my friends, and we were just doing shots, and I remember a little bit of that night. It's the one and only time I've been like blackout drunk, as they say, to the point where you don't remember anything.
Right.
I woke up the next morning in my bed as usual, how I usually sleep, wondering how I got there. But yeah.
That's like waking up as a
but
kid.
I was in my room the entire time because I was drinking on video call with them.
So you don't
'cause
remember getting in
lockdown
bed.
and stuff. But I don't remember getting in bed. I don't remember undressing myself to get into bed. Yeah, it was all.
That's like waking up.
But the
as a
next
kid.
morning,
Oh, sorry.
I felt I felt a little bit groggy, and I had to order a Subway because it was the only thing I could think about eating.
They say.
Everything else was just.
Sorry, I keep cutting you
It's
off.
all good. No, it's all good.
They say if you eat while you drink, you get sleepy, and I've been witness to that with my parents both before. They eat while they drink and they get sleepy.
See, yeah, I think so. Because your body's starting to break down the food, so you're using up more of your energy for digestion. Because digestion takes up a lot of energy.
Huh? My sister didn't want to go outside alone, so I don't guess I can argue that.
Fair enough. Scary things out in the real world. Was she worried about ghosts?
Oh, come on. No, I'm playing. What were we talking about?
Nightclubs. No. If I had ever been blackout drunk, we were talking about, and I had.
Oh, okay.
And I think that was it. And you were going to say something.
Right. No, that's like waking up as a kid and not knowing, like, you're on a car ride home, you wake up and you're in your bed and you're like, what happened? How did I get here? Like,
Oh, that never happened to me. I always
No?
got woken up. No, I would get woken up
my
upon arrival.
my dad would carry us like from the car to our beds, and it was the saddest thing when he wasn't able to carry us anymore. Like, we were like 6 and 7 years old. We were not like, it was always the funnest thing to get carried, but it was like we were too big at the time. So
My parents didn't have a car until I was quite old, to be honest. So the only like occasions that I was really in a car is my grandparents' car usually, or like my uncles and aunts, until my dad learned how to drive.
right.
When I was when I was in, I think, secondary school or high school for you guys. So was never carried from the car.
Just
It'd be a bit weird.
It was a very displacing feeling to wake up and it's like 8 a.m. The sun's in your face and it's like, wasn't I in the dark?
I sometimes get that feeling if we're in the car and we're on the way back from somewhere and it was light, but I fell asleep and I've woken up and it's now dark
Oh
out.
no.
or sometimes when I have a nap and I don't know what day it is when I wake up. Have you ever had those types of naps? You wake up and you're like, did I just sleep for a whole 24 hours or is it actually just been 20 minutes?
See, my sleep schedule is very different. I wake up at like 5 in the morning and start rolling. So that wasn't something I chose to do either. Something came to me naturally.
Oh, okay.
And at first,
just a naturally early riser then.
yeah, and at first when I was like 17, like early 17, it started to happen to me. I was like, I felt dazed, and thanks to Benadryl, I know what it's like to be on cloud nine, just a little bit, I think. And let's just say it put me there. Like waking up, it was like I had a slight headache. I was dazed, and I loved it. I don't know why. I didn't know what day it was. I know what time it was, and it's just like laying there, and the ominence is like, this is cool. So I have that 20-minute like just lay there for just like in days for a minute every morning. I don't know, it may be weird, but
see, for me, the only occasions that I often like don't know what day or time it is when I wake up is when my sleep pattern is completely messed up. Like now, for example, my current sleep schedule is going to be really bad, and I'm going to get told off for this, but I wake up, start my day around 5 p.m. and I don't sleep until about sometimes as late as 10 a.m. I don't get to bed until about 10 a.m. and then I'll sleep during the day. You know, I'm basically working night shift, but not, you know, just my body is in night shift.
My mom loves to tell me that it's not healthy for your body, but
I know how unhealthy it is, and I hate when I'm in these states because I feel really unproductive if I'm not doing things during the day. So I'm trying to get out of it, even though it is 3:30 in the morning right now. But it's fine. It's fine. It's the summer. I've accepted this always happens around the summertime. But yeah, so like often, or at least like now, I'll wake up and it'll be like getting dark out. So I'll be like, have I just slept for a full 24 hours, or has it only been like
what's the longest you
2
slept?
hours? 14 hours.
Really? Mine's 18.
Yeah. 18? When did you go to sleep and when did you wake up?
Okay. Not proud.
18 hours straight, no interruptions.
No interruptions.
Okay.
So, back a couple years ago, me and my friend would play Fortnite all the time. And I think it was like, I forgot what had happened, what was circumstances I was the build up to this, but I remember falling asleep around 12. And what is 18 hours after 12?
a.m.
Yeah, no, like in the night.
Midnight.
Yeah, midnight. I fell asleep around midnight, and like that's not usual because we usually go to sleep around 4 or 5, which so I fell asleep early that night.
It'd be 6 p.m. when you'd wake up.
It was just about 5 or 6 p.m. when I woke up. I was like, oh my god. I was terrified. I was like,
wow.
That it was terrifying. What was when did you fall asleep and wake up for your experience to sleep that long?
So, I think my occasion was also an all-nighter from gaming. It was during the summer. Either that or it was the night after a party.
Right.
Because those usually, just I'm out like a light for days. I'm recovering. And not so much that I'm like hungover or whatever, but I'm just like so tired and my body's just trying to play catch up.
Right.
But I think I must have gone to sleep at like 1, 2 in the morning or something like that. It wasn't even that late. And God, what's 14 hours? I woke up about 3 p.m. It was at my dad's because it is at my dad's that I'm most likely to get into that sleep pattern, but it's only because when he works during the day and I wasn't at college, I was like home alone, so I was like, I just might as well sleep. It's not like I got to be up for anyone, so I would wake up when he got back from work.
Yeah, that's sleeping without sleeping without a plan ahead of you is so nice. I swear, like that's what
Knowing you don't have to wake up for anything and you can just sleep for as long as your body wants to.
exactly.
Once you just sleep, you know.
That's probably my favorite part about like summertime. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to school till this fall, but this little break I've had is like super like resetting for me.
Exactly what the body asks for.
Yeah. At least from last fall to this summer, so.
Fully rejuvenated.
We've been recording for almost 2 hours.
Huh. I mean, I feel like that's where we should probably consider cutting it then.
Yeah, is there anything else you want to go over?
No, I think we've gone over everything that needs to be gone over.
We've talked about a lot this episode, too.
We have spoken about a lot this episode, not just ghosts. We went a little bit off topic from the paranormal, but it happens, you know. We like to get a lot in. We like to talk about a lot.
Yeah, I mean, the point of this podcast is to explore all kinds of stuff, so with that being said,
no restrictions.
If you made it this far, thank you for watching. We both hope you've enjoyed this episode. We hope to have you join us next week. We're talking about conspiracy series next week, which is going to be an interesting one. I'm not too sure about all of them, so I think that'll be fun.
Yeah, if you guys have any specific conspiracy theories that you guys maybe want us to talk about, be sure to leave them below. We'll do some background research on them if there are any particular ones that you want us to cover. But with that being said, if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to leave a like. If you're new, maybe think about subscribing. It helps us out a lot. Hit that bell too so that you never miss an episode. New episodes every single Friday at 5 p.m. British Summertime and 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Correct.
And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the episode, and we will see you next week.